The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Connect. Nonprofit Connect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Welcome everyone to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cynder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Teresa Alvarez, and Teresa is the Executive Director of the Carpinteria Children's Project. Welcome, Teresa.
Hi, Cynder. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, thanks for being with us. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of exciting things that have been going on with the Carpinteria Children's Project, and I am dying to hear all about it.
Well, I'll tell you all about it.
Oh boy.
So we are, really coming back from the pandemic, and we know that that's still very much present. But we're sort of in a rebuilding phase, and we're doing what we usually do. So early childhood education, our classrooms are open. We're accepting kids 2 to 5. Our parent classes are picking up again, and our family resource center is seeing all of the families that need support. And all of our community collaborations are continuing and are strong. And so lots of exciting things happening all the time.
And so you take children ages 2 to 5?
Yes. 2 to 5 for the early preschool. We have 3 classrooms on our site. Currently, 1 is still open for enrollment. We haven't been able to fill that one quite yet, but we're always looking to enroll more kids. So we have 3 on our main site, 1 at Aliso Elementary, which is a state preschool program, and 1 at Canalino Elementary, which is also preschool.
So you have it at 3 locations?
At 3 different sites.
Oh, for convenience of the families, I suppose?
Convenience, and then just our strong partnership with the Carp Unified School District.
Oh,
so
that's good.
From the start, the Carpinteria Children's Project really began as a product of the Carpinteria Unified School District, sort of a project of theirs. So Superintendent Paul Cordero, at the time, back in 2009, when we opened our doors, really thought that we needed to have a place where families can come and have support, and where children could learn to be kindergarten ready and get that support, which we know is very important. The earlier you start, the more successful you can be, and the more involved that families are, the more successful that the child can be. So we started off under the school district's umbrella, and in 2016 spun off and became our own nonprofit. So we are now a 501c3 for the past however long it's been now. So
wow. Yeah. So I didn't realize that you just opened your doors in 2009.
Yes. Yeah, we're fairly new. In 2007, around that time, the school district saw a decline in enrollment. So they had a school building, and they decided to close it and move the kids to Canalino and Aliso elementaries. And they were wondering, the community was wondering, Carp Unified School District was wondering what they were going to do with it. And there were several ideas, a satellite campus for SBCC, or Channel Islands. Other charter schools were looking to open, and a lot of funders came together. Paul Cordero, arranged that, and really brought everyone together and thought, what is it that we need to do? What does the community need? And that really was just more resources. We found that a lot of families can't drive to Santa Barbara, either for time constraints. They have two jobs, or they have to, don't have the transportation, don't have the means to do so. So it just made more sense to have, all of those resources on site in Carpinteria.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So I'll bet you've seen some kind of benefits, changes and all for children who now have this early education, as opposed to those before 2009 that didn't have that advantage.
Right, yes. So we look at that closely with the Carpinteria Unified School District, and we do an assessment called the KSEP, the Kindergarten Entry Student Profile assessment. And so we do that in collaboration with the school district, where we look at kindergarten readiness, and we did see an increase from when the projects first started. To now that more kids were ready to enter kindergarten. And then in third grade, we take a look again at some of them. And so most recently, we were able to do that with a few families, and we were able to find that their kids have been rather successful. And it's been because, you know, they were able to set, you know, this foundation from a very early start, and then also have their families be so engaged. And so we really pride ourselves in being more than just preschool, and wrapping sort of our arms around, you know, what the family needs. So we know that children can't learn if their family is experiencing stressors, you know, that include, you know, rent. Like, how are you going to pay the rent? Putting food on the table. If there's domestic violence, abuse in the family, or alcoholism, you know, mental health issues. So the families that come to the Carpinteria Children's Project, and also the families in the community, can also benefit from our Family Resource Center, which is on site.
Okay, so you have the do we call it preschool?
Yeah.
We have the preschool, and then we have the Family Resource Center. And so what kinds of things do you help families with there? And so a family just can come in there, or do they make an appointment? How does that work?
So right now we're taking appointments. We're going more towards that direction. It's just easier for us to be able to schedule families. So they make an appointment. They can call us at our office number, our main line, and ask to speak to one of our family liaisons. And our family liaisons are the ones that are able to connect them to partners who are on our site. So we have CALM, Family Service Agency, Communify, who has a Head Start program there for low-income families, Compassionate Care of Carpinteria, which is under Hospice of Santa Barbara, and several Santa Barbara County programs. So WIC, the Medi-Cal through Department of Social Services are also on our site. So lots of partners. Yes.
So you have all these partners physically there at your site?
Yes, physically there. And you know, it's nice to have a contact at each agency that we can refer families to directly. So, you know, it's not call Family Service Agency, call CALM and see who responds. It's more, you know, call Anna or call George, you know, at each agency. It's really that tight collaboration that we have with all of our partners that allows us to do that. So
do these partners then have someone there like all day on site, or just certain hours, or how does
just certain hours? So for most of our partners, except for Communify, they have office hours. And so it's sort of a satellite campus for them, to a satellite office for them. So CALM will have certain hours that they have therapists either during the day or in the evening, depending on what the family may need. And then Family Service Agency would be the same, and Compassionate Care of Carpinteria has a couple of staff.
So do you do sort of a, I don't know, general assessment of each family to determine what services they might need or want?
Yeah, we do a really brief intake form where we ask them some demographic information just for our record keeping sort of data purposes, and then we ask them what it is that they're looking for and how we can support. And then if they don't mention something, we just go ahead and share with them all of the other things we have available. Yeah, so they're able to determine if, because they might not have thought that we had clothing, for example, for kids, or that we could make a referral over to Operation School Bell, which is another program that we can get either school supplies or clothes for kids. So something like that we'll share with the family.
So you guys do a lot of collaborating.
We do a lot. We have a Thrive Partner Network that is Carpinteria serving agencies that come together every other month. And we meet and we talk about either the needs of the Carpinterians that we're all seeing, and then I also include a guest speaker every time that comes and tells us about the resources that are offered in Carpinteria. So at first it started as a collaboration between the partners that were just on site, and most recently within the last couple of years we started inviting other nonprofits that are serving Carpinteria children, youth, or families. So Future Leaders of America has come, even though they're not on our site, but they're in Carpinteria serving youth. Girls Inc. of Carpinteria, so a lot of different partners. And you know, we really want to just be smart about what we're able to do. And as a nonprofit, you know, you don't always have the resources to do everything that you would like to do under your own organization. So we appreciate the collaboration with other partners very much.
That is just so wonderful that you leverage all of that.
Yes.
And bring it all together for the benefit of these families.
Right. Yes.
So if someone is watching and they're saying, gosh, that sounds good, I'd sure like to find out about that. So they could visit your website, or they could give you a call, or they could can they just come by and ask some questions?
Yes, so they could go to our website, which is carpchildren.org, or they can call our main office line, which is 805-566-1600, and they can speak to our receptionist there, and she can go ahead and forward the call to, you know, the person that's adequate for their need.
So is there a charge for your services?
It depends. So most of the services are free. We do partner with a lot of foundations, and for example, Cottage, who funds some of our activities that we are able to do with families. And so if those are usually free, right? We write the grant for them, we receive the funding to be able to provide that for the community at no cost. Other programs, such as our early childhood education program, that does have a fee. We are, fee-based childcare.
Okay.
But we do offer scholarships. So if a family wanted to come to our program but couldn't afford the full cost of childcare, which we know is very high, especially if you have one or more children, we are able to offer scholarships of up to 50%.
That's wonderful. So I'll bet you love it when a donor says, hey, I want to help with those scholarships. Yes. And so you're a 501c3, so all financial donations will be tax deductible for the donor.
Right.
And so they can, go on your website?
Yeah, they can go on our website. If they click the donate button, there's a breakdown of what their funding will do to support the family, how far it'll go to support the Carpinteria Children's Project Families and Children. So they can make a donation there. They can also call me if they wanted a tour of our facility, so they can come and see us in action, and they could find more information out by giving us a call, looking at the website, and scheduling a tour.
So let's just say a donor says, I really would like to support a couple of children in a family or two, but I don't want them to know it's me. Can I be anonymous?
Yes.
And then you could arrange for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So usually what happens is we budget how much we are going to be able to provide for families, and we usually meet that, and sometimes it goes above that, and so we do an extra appeal or have an extra event, but usually what we're able to do is have this pot where we are able to then either go to foundations to sort of replenish that pot every year, or put on events for donors where they can put their money towards the scholarships, but they don't necessarily have to, the family doesn't necessarily have to know it's them. Yeah.
That's very cool.
We're definitely open.
So I'll bet you have a story or two to share with us about lives that have been transformed or enhanced by your services.
Yeah, so most recently I heard a story that was very touching. We have a toddler classroom which has our little ones, our 2-year-olds, and one of the moms left me a really sweet letter on my desk, written in Spanish and handwriting, and it said that her child has been able to really thrive in our program. When he came to us, mom and dad are both Spanish speaking. The child was Spanish speaking, and they knew that he had some developmental delays, and they wanted to put him in a program so that he could socialize with other kids. So he started on our toddler program, and in the toddler program he was able to be assessed, and they found out that he was on the spectrum for autism. So they were able to find out early, and are now able to get him the resources that he needs.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And the family was able to benefit from a 50% scholarship. So they were able to bring him into the program, get the resources that they needed. Our family liaison speaks Spanish, and we're able to make sure that she's well connected and supported. And that could be a difficult thing for parents to navigate. So our family advocates are really there to support them through that process. And so she was just really thankful that we were able to provide the scholarship and the opportunity for her child to really thrive in the program. And she shared that he is using more words, he is more comfortable around other kids, and more social, which is not what they were seeing before. So that was great to hear.
That is a touching story. That's wonderful when you can have such an impact on a little life and a whole family, really.
Right.
And ultimately the community.
Right, exactly. And through our Family Resource Center, sometimes we get families who come from the community that aren't necessarily in our preschool, and usually they're families that have recently moved to the country. So they come to our Family Resource Center usually through word of mouth. You know, it might be the person that they're sharing a home with, which we know happens a lot in this area. So the family comes in and we are able to see what it is that they may need. We don't provide legal services ourselves, but we're able to connect them to another partner who does do that. Legal Defense Center or Importa, all nonprofits who can support the family. And then if they need anything like school supplies, we're able to provide that, or helping them sign up for CalFresh for the child. So we're able to do a lot of those direct service type things for families. And we recently had a family from Guatemala that came to the country, and the child was starting school, so we were able to give her a box of school supplies that was provided by one of our donors, which was great.
Oh gosh, that is great. So so that makes me think about this. So on your website, do you have a list of things that you would like for people to donate? I mean, in addition to financial, of course, but do you have things that you might put in a box like that maybe somebody wants to donate those things?
Yeah, so we have an Amazon wish list. So if you go to Amazon Smile, yes, all our lists are there. Amazon Smile and Carpinteria Children's Project, you're able to pull our wish list. And so that is a wish list from either our teachers or a Family Resource Center for things that children may need in the classrooms, our classrooms, or that may need in the Family Resource Center if they're coming in to visit us there.
So I'm thinking that a lot of the children, and I'm thinking about preparing for kindergarten. So part of the service, I suppose, in the education part, you help children learn English, do you? So that they're ready for kindergarten?
So that's something we're looking to be more intentional about. We do have a lot of monolingual Spanish-speaking families in Carpinteria, and the children do come to us speaking Spanish. We know that it's very important that they're strong in their home language. So all of our teachers are bilingual.
That's so cool.
So they're able to support. Great. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. And we're able to support the family in their home language and the child in their home language. So we want them to be strong in that first. And we introduce English as well. You know, most of the instruction is in English. We're not a certified dual language program or anything like that, although we're looking to become that in the next year or so. So we're looking to get training and professional development for teachers so that they feel comfortable putting together a curriculum that will really serve the children who are English speaking and Spanish speaking. So we're looking into that. But for now, teachers do sing in Spanish, they speak Spanish. There are words around the classroom that are in Spanish. So we're definitely able to support, children in both languages.
Great. So you are looking for, you're always out there beating the bushes, writing grants, making appeals for scholarship donations, for donations for operations, for things on your Amazon list.
Yes.
And if somebody's interested in that, they can go on your website and find out all about it.
Yeah. And we're also looking for donations for our Family Resource Center. We put on parenting classes, and usually we like to put classes together for families where they have opportunities to come together and engage. So like Parent and Me Yoga, Parent and Me Swim, field trips for families. So we're always looking for donations that allow us to do more of that for the community.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we know it's really important for families to have that time with their children where they're not on a device in front of a television or on their phone.
Yeah.
So all of our activities are things where they're able to be physical. So they could go to the Moxie or the Ventura Aquatic Center. We're looking to do more of that.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So Teresa, we have about a minute left. Is there anything else you'd like for our audience to know?
I think I just want to share that we're here to support Carpinteria families. We do focus on Carpinteria specifically, but we never turn anybody away. So anybody can swing by and speak to our family liaisons. Our programs are open to all families, in the Early Childhood Education Center. So we're always looking for more children to fill those spots as well. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for this wonderful work that you're doing and for being on our show today.
Thank you so much for having us and for allowing me to share about what we do.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.